I feel like I've probably done that marathon 4 times or so now, back in the early aughts, but, you know, and I still remember, too, the night that Woolie Versus Gaara came out, and I was just like, this is the greatest animated fight scene of all time, fuck you, shut up, I don't care, I'll fight you. Like, that was gonna be it. The moment that dropped, it was like, I was posting on forums about it and going nuts, and, like, I remember, like, people jumping in and being like, that's the only moment I've ever seen in history where something sounded overhyped and then it delivered on the hype. Like, I was like, yeah, right? Like, get on this train. It was all aboard the fucking Naruto hype train.
Alright, shall we go? I'm sorry for putting you through all this trouble.
I'm just not used to actually giving a shit about Gaara.
Thank you.
I've spent my whole life treating him like a communal toilet, as our entire nation does. It's only been a few years since we've allowed him to live outside of the diarrhea pool, so you'll have to bear with me.
And yes, old lady intern joins the cast. Man, Chio. I remember immediately looking and being like, you couldn't telegraph her death any harder if she was wearing a red Starfleet shirt and talking about how this was her last day before retirement. She's practically already doing the thing where she flips out her wallet and shows you pictures of her kids. Holy fuck, she's such a dead character, it's not even funny. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Chio, being an old lady from Sand, must clearly have been around for, or possibly one of the direct old people that were responsible for being like, yo, let's fucking create a human experiment that is Gaara, and then he's no good to us, let's go fucking kill him, and all that shit from his past. Very clearly, she's from that old school. Back in my day, when we saw black-robed upstarts rabble-rousing in the streets, why, that's when we turned the hoses on them. And perhaps a few dogs for good measure. That's enough pissing and moaning from you, eh? You know, Gaara's still, like, in his teens at this point, and all these adults were around for the horrible treatment of this human experiment, which they're now rolling it back, like, what, 10 years later? A little bit later than that? Like, it's super hypocritical and goofy, but it's fine. We gotta save Gaara. No breaks.
This is...
Okay.
What's the matter?
Time to see how this one holds up. I better see a fucking radical explosion of crows.
So soon?
This is...
I better see my crows, otherwise you guys are not... You're not doing it.
Naruto.
Although I'm getting the impression from some of you that they kind of sandbag the minor encounters so that the final encounters, or the big ones that come later, are built up to be better.
It's time you came with me.
I guess. Fair trade, you know. I haven't seen that far, so I don't know. But I do remember a few details about these early ones. And I remember this one being the one where we get a good look at how how Itachi's genjutsu sort of works, and you start to see, like, Naruto's skin peeling away to reveal Sasuke and stuff, which, you know, fuck Sasuke, but that effect in itself is pretty cool, so let's see. At the very least, you know, just keep some of the major beats, I suppose. I just want the crow explosion, I'm not gonna lie. Fuck it.
Alright. Can't do any enhanced. Yeah, okay. Yeah, chakra dashing. Thanks for the tips. I realized that I was missing out on that and running up to people super slow. And this completely makes sense now. The ability to close the distance in this giant field where people can stand and charge all day is invaluable. Also, mashing circle while holding different directions creates your different bread and butters. So that's cool. And then stuff like that. Yeah. Oh, cool. Okay. He has a custom replacement technique. And he slides around instead of dashing. That's interesting. Yeah, he's not a very... Yeah, he doesn't gesture too much, so... That's pretty... That's on point. Not bad. Aw, fuck! That sucks. Come on. Yeah! Lightning Blade? Is that how that was translated? Not, Thousand Birds? Or, Lightning Edge? That's fine. We can deal with that. I like the sound of Lightning Edge. And to be fair, Thousand Birds actually does sound like birds chirping. Like, I didn't get that name at first when I was reading it in the manga at all. That was one of those moments where it was only when the show happened, and you heard the electricity and the sound of how they sound like chirping birds, and I was like, ah, I get it. Not bad.
That's as far as we go this time.
Doesn't explain the crows from Sasuke's big dumb hand form, but that's neither here nor there. And...
The way he retreated.
Yeah.
Apparently he was here.
Oh, well. Speaking of crows, there was none to be found. Well, that's not true. They didn't do that moment, but they still definitely had, his animation in the fight has him exploding and dashing around in, or rather teleporting around the battlefield in multiple crow forms, so I'll take it. That looked really cool. That animation was very, it was pretty slick. Not bad.
The Nine Tails.
I'll have to take you guys' words for it that it's gonna get cooler later. I assume any final battles, you know, like of course that's where they blow out all the stops, but everything I've seen up until where I stopped was a bunch of minor encounters where, like, I don't think any of the Akatsuki actually died or anything like that happened. It was always just a few skirmishes here and there.
By sealing the tailed beasts in humans.
People, not you. God forbid you say it was you that did it. Shove it in a baby. Yeah, those people, huh? Fucking distance yourself from your human experiments. You goddamn guilty fuck. Just following orders, huh, Chio?
But were things to reach that point, then the Jinchuriki... You don't mean... That's right, dear. Once the tailed beast is extracted, they die.
I guess this is gonna make more sense later on when,
Quick to cry, huh,
oh yeah, bravado Naruto. Ignore the fact that I might die.
Promise I'm gonna safeguard.
The fact that they talk about tailed beasts was always so strange to me because Shukaku is like, okay, right, big monster, it's got a big tail, fine. Nine Tails are known for being that, so that's fine too. But, like, what the fuck else is there in, like, Japanese lore that has 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, like, what are these odd and weird numbers of tailed creatures that they're talking about? Like, We'll see.
Okay, something else that I'm learning right now as I'm watching this. These God Hand meetings were with everybody doing some sort of like remote radio transcommunication. That was not super duper clear in the manga. I just remember everyone standing around being oddly textured, but I wasn't too sure if that was because of the location they were in or because of some sort of jutsu they were casting. But I distinctly remember not being certain that they were not all standing in the same room at the same time. So, confirmation, I suppose. That's pretty cool. That's something you couldn't tell without seeing it animated or getting the sound effect of their voice sounding like it's going through radio and such.
What is this place? Why am I here?
Welcome to Gara's negative space, where he rants about his daddy issues just like the show Titus. Anyone remember Titus? No? Too young? That's fine. It was funny.
Why did I
Holy shit. Factoid number 2, learning on the spot. Gara is voiced by Akihiko in English? Motherfucking Liam O'Brien. You goddamn undeniable, slick-sounding son of a bitch.
I want it to be?
That's weird casting, but I'll take it because I need more Leon in my life. Oh, Liam O'Brien. That is... Talking about Liam O'Brien. Ball. Yeah, the parallel with childhood Naruto. Everyone seems to like him, even though he's got a shitty past too. Every kid's got a traumatized past. No, Liam O'Brien's definitely one of my favorite English voice actors. I think he's possibly my second favorite English voice actor behind Paul Dobson. So that's fun stuff. And funny enough, they can also like interchangeably take roles for from each other. I like both of those choices. Like, you can cast, anytime you need someone with that type of voice, you can cast Dobson, you can cast Liam O'Brien, or you can cast Steve Bloom. And Steve Bloom is pretty cool too, but I prefer the other two. I was a bit bummed that we didn't get either of them for Mugen in Samurai Champloo, but again, I'm not gonna pretend that Steve Bloom isn't a great deep voice cast as well. Like, he's pretty solid. Shops are taking a really long time to become relevant in this game, so I'm just gonna ignore them until I absolutely have to pay attention to whatever the fuck they have for me. Also, considering it's a fighting game, I'm not gonna assume that I'm supposed to be popping items every battle, you know? Like, you're kind of... In most cases, when you go through a fighting game story, items are completely ignorable and irrelevant. You can just fight your way through each one, so until I hit a wall that says I need one, I'm just gonna ignore this shit. This doesn't... Yeah, there's just nothing new every time I check it. Alright. Hey.
This is a barrier, isn't it?
You're right. I guess the first order of business will be breaking it.
That delivery's fantastic. I need a version of this game where I can automatically set everyone's individual character voices so I can have Guy always on English. Kakashi.
Hey! Everyone's here, so you arrived ahead of us.
Oh yeah, this is probably the first time that Teen Guy is seeing Naruto since he came back. Kakashi, I see you've replaced Sasuke with an old lady. Good upgrade. Nice to see you cut the dead weight.
In that case,
And Kakashi's like, I see you've replaced nothing with even more nothing. Who that bitch? That new team member? Tenten's like, no, I've been here the whole time. Just let it burn, Tenten. Just let it sizzle, you 4.5. You know, when I first formed Team Guy, I wrote down Tauntaun. Yes, as in the pig. And they even double-checked. They asked me, they're like, are you sure you want the pig? And I said, yeah, send it over. And then you showed up.
Why is that boy
Sir, I don't... I'm not sure I understand what you're... I'm calling you a pig, Tenten.
He's a Jinchuriki as well. The nine-tailed fox is sealed within him. Naruto probably doesn't have any special feelings.
I'll get the fire hose.
But Gaara is a Jinchuriki, just like him. He understands Gaara better than anyone in the hidden sand ever could. Because no village has pity for Jinchuriki.
As they shouldn't.
He feels this desperate need to save Gaara. He's a friend. The only friend
I don't understand. What?
A friend.
Huh. Treating them like human beings, you say?
That sealed the Shukaku in young Gaara.
I guess I better come clean.
I was helping my village, but in fact I was jeopardizing its very existence. And now I find that my people's survival depends on one of those alliances with a foreign land I never trusted.
In this post-civil rights age, it appears that I was on the wrong side of history. Or at the very least, I need to appear to be remorseful for my actions.
You made a mistake, all you have to do is correct it. And you're still quite young, Lady Chio.
That's true. There may still be
Random Tim the Tool Man laugh. Out of geriatric 80-year-old. Oh, God. There's no photos of you, like Bernie Sanders, out there nice and early, like 100 years ago, doing the right thing? No? Huh, how about that? No photos of you marching arm in arm? as an ally to the cause. Oh shit.
It should be fine. They don't look like
I suppose I'd better hide this photograph of me paying the children to fart on young Gaara.
There isn't much time.
Okay, this should do it.
No. Looks like it isn't going to be that simple.
I think Neji's voice in the dub is also, that's probably the second voice I don't really like.
A trap set by the Akatsuki, apparently.
By the Akatsuki, apparently. It's very foppish, and I get that, the one thing you need for Neji is he's gotta be like, you know, holier than thou, kind of sound like a rich kid asshole, but I never, but that's the thing is, like, I guess I never really interpreted it as, like, a Joffrey Baratheon type of fucking thing. I feel like he's got to be snobby, but still sound like, you know, kind of cool, like a normal person a bit. And this kind of high-pitched nasal angle they're going with on him here in the dub is not really working for me. Alright, Tenten, what you got? Huh, so she's like a weapon style, basically, so her combos are all mashing the kunai button instead of actually attacking. Which, that's pretty cool. That's on point. I'm assuming he's got the... Okay, she's got some basic combos. Yeah, okay, cool. He's got the rotation as his assist. Nice. And I'm assuming that when he does the rotation, he can deflect her weapons as well. There you go. Perfect. Nice. But if he doesn't close the distance, then he doesn't really stand a chance. Ah, never mind. Let me see if I can get a special off here.
That must be really annoying to fight in PvP. Someone laming it out with Tenten like that. Like, that's... Although you can chakra dash through things, right? Like, I think that's kind of the point, is the invincibility. Yeah! Yeah, okay. I kind of prefer the dance that she does in the air where she's got the scroll around her. I always thought that was alright. I guess her real specialty, if you think about it, until I'm proven wrong later on, but I feel like her real skill is her aim and her accuracy, because in theory, anyone walking around with a scroll can do that, right? The whole thing with scrolls is anyone can use it, unless it's one of those blood scrolls where you have to actually, you know, make a seal and whatnot. But Tenten's walking around with guns, basically, and in theory, what would make her special would be her ability to aim and shoot.
Yes! I won! So now, as long as Lee and Guy Sensei win too, the barrier will come down, right?
Precisely.
Give it your best shot, you two.
Cut to the real fight. Let's go bowl cut, boys!
The tag Neji mentioned should be around here.
Okay, Lee, run like the wind.
Yes, sir.
I wonder how strict the policy is on whether or not you have to wear your Chunin jacket. Because it seems like, or even Jonins for that matter, like, anyone that doesn't feel like it, that just wants to be stylish, can fucking wear whatever they want. There is a uniform, it is official, but, I forgot her name, but, what's her name there? Red eyes chick. Kurenai, that's it. She just walks around with a bunch of scrolls wrapped around her, like, alright, I guess that's a dress. I guess that's clothing. But yeah, whenever I look at, like, people like Iruka, or, like, I guess any of the generics, you kind of have to wonder, like, why wouldn't you just customize your shit and wear what you want and put your headband in a fun place? You know, unless it's kind of frowned upon, but then again, it seems like every family worth a shit, / every character worth a shit, is doing the custom thing. So it feels like everyone would do that. I don't know, it'd be odd if there was, like, a military corps, or, like, the army or the police, where everyone's got a standard issue uniform, but there's these special characters that get to wear what they want. I guess that's the equivalent of, like, Miami Vice and detectives kind of wearing what they want, and Hawaiian shirts on TV and shit like that, but I don't know. It's like, I feel like one of the fun parts of this would be, hey, now that you've passed and you've got a headband, do something with it. Be unique. Or just get a bandana, whatever. Wear it wherever you want. It seems like the only actual regulation is that it's got to be attached to you in some way. Yeah, and that was a fun little bit there where a mirror image fight against anyone is like, oh, fuck, this sucks, but Rock Lee is like, hell yeah, let's fucking do it, bro. Taijutsu versus Taijutsu. That's perfect. If anything, it feels like the official recommendation based on the people who do this would be to trick that shit out. Don't wear your hat broken off. You can always have the tag hanging. Do whatever the fuck you want with it. And they officially encourage that shit. Turn your police hat backwards. Throw your badge up on your necklace. You can have it on your belt. You can rock it with the crucifix like Training Day, or fuck it, just have your dog wear it. Okay, now I want to see a bunch of FBI agents with their badges in various customizable but cool character-defining locations. Aw shit, that guy's got it on his sleeve. What's that about? Alright, let's try this team shit out.
Tag, tag, tag. Nice. Oh, shit. Open the gate. Sick. Okay. Team attacks. Not bad. Okay, I actually got to start doing these supers properly. I'm going to try to do these for realsies as soon as I can. Don't want to miss the good shit. But yeah. We need FBI agents with their badges over their heart and glowing on the back of their fist like a Triforce or a shell bullet. We need character designs with motherfuckers having eye patches where the eye patch itself is a police badge or an FBI badge. Come on. Don't pretend that eye patch idea is not super cool. Don't pretend that's not super legit. That dude's got a sick backpack and it's hanging from the gourd of sand. But their suits are all pretty much like the same kind of thing, but that guy's got his shirt tucked in. That girl's got the tie loose. That guy's not even wearing a tie. And then there's a big guy over there that's got a jacket on and a tie, but no actual shirt. It's just his flesh. And he's got an FBI badge on his forehead, and it's scratched out because he's betrayed his past. Yo, we can get this done.